and welcome to Kentucky Brew Reviews. I'm Radar.
Special K, it's not reviewing the hardest thing I've ever had to find in our entire YouTube career, if you call it a career.
This is my second job.
Busch Light Apple. We went to Ohio. We went to Indiana. We had people going to Kansas. Nobody could find it.
I was told at two different, really well-stocked, knowledgeable liquor stores that I would not be able to find this anymore because it was no longer being made. They were like, yeah, they stopped the production run. They're not making anymore. The only way you're going to be able to find it is if you go to a liquor store and they've got some just sort of like stuffed away in the back where no one can see it.
So I had a new gentleman at my place of employment ask for recommendations for beer. So I was like, oh, go to this 5-star food mart by work. They have Country Boy beer. And he's like, sure. He went in there and he's like, you know what else they had? They had Busch Apple. I'm like, no, they don't. I go there like 3 times a week. They didn't have Busch Apple. He's like, yeah, they had like 2 12-packs. So I was like, all right, well, I'll stop in there every day anyway. So I stopped in there on the way to work. And sure, the shit did. They had 2 12-packs. I was like, mine. $10.99 for a 12-pack at a gas station.
It was freshly stocked.
Yeah.
Someone had this sitting in their warehouse for months before they finally delivered it.
So here's my thing with Busch. This is their first like limited edition beer since the Copper Lager, which was like 5 years ago. And the Copper Lager also did the same thing. It was out for a little bit and it immediately was hard to find and then it was gone. Everybody loved the Copper Lager. It was amazing. And then they're like, let's just discontinue it because everybody likes it. I'm like, why? Why would you do that? It was so good. It was better than regular Busch.
What we do as a company is we give people what they want and then we take it away.
And never make it again.
So that they know what they've lost.
So this is Busch Apple, red can, Busch Light Apple, sorry, Busch Light Apple.
Yes.
I'm not sure the calorie content on this.
It's a number.
It's 4.1% alcohol by volume.
I'll bet you it's less than 200 calories.
It's light, so I'm guessing like 100 and... It's much lighter than I expected.
Whoa.
Like 120 maybe?
That's much lighter than I thought it was going to be. I mean, of course, Busch is not super dark.
Yeah, that's lighter than typical Busch. The head is nice. It's very pale.
You know what? That looks like an apple ale, an apple-y beer. I'll put that back up there.
You know, funny enough, it smells like Busch Light and apple. I've had enough Busch Light to know the distinctive Busch Light smell.
You know, it smells like Busch Light and apple, but I feel I need to be very specific about how this apple smells. If you walk into a Kroger's or grocery store, whatever grocery store you have in your region,
Not Walmart, they smell like crap.
and if you walk past the apples, that's what that smells like. It smells like apple skins and leaves. Like, you know, just the apple detritus that collects in those little bins, slowly going bad. That's what this smells like.
So you don't know this, but after the Copper Lager incident, I don't have one. I started keeping, whenever I see limited edition, like big company beer like this, I take 1 or 2 and I hide them. So like 10 years from now, I'd be like, do you remember this? And we could just pull
Who
it out.
remembers this old beer?
Yeah. So that's why I have like 4 Loko Hemp. I have a couple of those put away.
You're gonna be the weird beer guy who keeps like the mainstream beers that no one else decided to age.
Exactly.
10 years down the line, you're like, let's try this 10-year-old Busch Apple Light.
It'll be something we can go back to. Be like, do you remember this?
It's solid.
Hey, if you keep them in a cool, dark place, they can last for a long time. All right, let's take taste.
I'm amazed by how much that just smells like the apple bin at a grocery store.
Busch Light finish. It finishes like a Busch Light. A little bit of apple up front. Not very sweet, which is I'm happy about.
Yeah, it's definitely not overly sweet. A little hint of like the corn oil, or not the corn oil, the vegetable oil, sort of in the middle there.
It still very much tastes like a beer.
It does. It tastes like a beer that's been subjected to some sort of apple torture.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. I think it's better than Red's Apple Ale.
Somebody waterboarded an apple in this beer.
Yeah. You're bobbing for apples, just in beer. In that water.
Actually, yes. Someone filled a big 30-gallon tub full of Busch Light, and you went bobbing for apples, and you've managed to bite one. That's what this is.
This is good. I might have to see if I can find that other 12-pack because we'll never see it again.
Yeah. I would drink a lot of this. Like,
you know, fun fact, those donuts over there are made with apple cider and apple sauce from a farm, local.
apple sauce?
It's sort of like the Apple Barn, how they make stuff out of apples.
Okay.
They use apple stuff instead of sugar.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see it.
They're good. They're fried, very fried. All the fried. This is good. I don't know what people are talking about. I think this beer needs to stay, Busch. We're going to, at some point when I get bored, we're going to start a campaign to bring Copper Lager back and Busch Light Apple because it's already going to be gone. But Copper Lager before Busch Apple.
I need to have a serious conversation with InBev and be like, guys, why do you keep on discontinuing beers that are great? Oh. Ooh.
Or at least make them seasonal.
I just had a tinfoil hat moment. Copper Lager, Light Apple, I will bet you no money because I bet you it's not correct, but I'll bet you what they do is they make a beer like this, it sells really well, and then they hand it off to one of their little subsidiary small companies, and they're like, you're going to make this now. This is almost good enough to be considered a craft beer. Now you're going to make this. This is going to go to like the next place you're going to see this is like Goose Island. I'll bet you Goose Island makes a light apple beer sometime in the near future.
Because when Copper Lager came out at the time, you had Yuengling was getting really popular in a lot of states, and it was their competition to compete with Yuengling in states that didn't have Yuengling, and it was great. All right. Anyway, on the rating of this beer, did I give it a number?
I don't remember.
Well, if I didn't, it's going to be a 7.5. I like this beer a lot.
It's really I would buy it, a lot of it.
It's really drinkable. I think people who don't like beer would like this. It's not too sweet, so you're not going to feel too bloated when you're drinking it. I think this appeals to cider drinkers. I think this appeals to beer drinkers. I think it appeals to seltzer drinkers.
I can see it. Okay.
I mean, it's got a large, wide appeal. I think my wife would actually probably drink one of these. And like I said, it still feels like you're drinking a beer. Mm-hmm. So, very happy with them. Highly recommend them if you can find them. Get you a whole 12-pack. Plus $10.99, $10.50 for a 12-pack.
It costs the same as regular Busch Light.
Right. It's cheap. Radar?
I agree. Essentially everything you just said. Ooh, I forgot that there was more.
There's a whole 12-pack here.
No, I mean in this can that's cold. The rest of this is lukewarm, room temperature. No, I kind of have to agree with you. I think it's a 7.5 easy. I would buy this. I would stick it in the refrigerator, and when I'm
wanted a break between Busch.
Yeah,
regular Busch. Be
like man, this beer that I've been drinking, this shotgun wedding I've been drinking it's just getting so heavy. Better have a Busch Light Apple to take my mind off how heavy this is.
I bet you
I could do it.
I bet you if you're feeling real frisky, shot a fireball on that. Shot a fireball?
We're not doing that.
Woo! Let's do it.
We're not doing that. Yeah, I would buy as much of this as I could find, especially since apparently they don't like selling things that people want to buy.
Yeah. All right, well, that's been our episode. If there's something you'd like to see on our channel, you leave a comment down below. Don't forget to hit that like button. I'm Special K.
And I'm Radar.
Thanks for watching.